Here is the second to last ed video of the semester. Here we go. If you're watching this, then you'll need to send me the answers to the questions via email, slight@tarbut.com. Here we go. So if you remember correctly, we just finished the story of Korach, and we asked the question, what are the things that make this the a machloket she'eno l'shem shamayim? And so we're going to be asking the same question about a very similar story that has a lot of dissension and a lot of sin involved. And we're asking the question, how come this wasn't the poster child for a machloket she'eno l'shem shamayim? And if we can, from the golden calf and by comparing it to the Korah story, we can really understand what it is that makes a machloket, can be considered a machloket she'eno l'shem shamayim. So here we go. And first, a little bit of pre-story. So this happens before the golden calf story. So the 10 commandments are basically being given, and then the people get very scared. All the people witness the thunder and the lightning, the blare of the horn and the smoking mountain. And when the people saw it, they fell back and stood at a distance. So you speak to us, they said to Moses, but we will obey you. But let not God speak to us, lest we die. So the people are very scared. They're running away from the mountain, from outside, and they're pushing simultaneously. They are pushing Moshe up to the mountain, saying, Moshe, you go talk to God. We are not going to talk to God. We don't want to do that because that we'll die if we have to do that. So then Moses answers, said, "Don't be afraid." And then they remain at a distance while Moshe approached the thick cloud where God was. Then God said to Moses, and this is actually, then God says to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, and I will give you stone tablets, which are the teachings and commandments which I have inscribed to instruct you." So God wants to give Moses the 10 commandments. And so Moses and his attendants Joshua rose, and Moses went up to the mountain of God. And to the elders he said, "Wait here for us until we return. You have Aaron and Hur with you. Let them, anyone who has a legal matter, approach them." Okay? So here we go. Now to the golden calf story. I'm going to ask you to kind of give me any questions you have related to, well, actually, I'm going to be asking the questions. So we'll start with this. And the people saw Moses had delayed, boshesh is the word for delayed, in descending from the mountain. And the people gathered upon Aaron, and they said to him, "Get up, make us a god that will go before us, because this Moses, the man who brought us up from the land of Egypt, we have no idea what has happened to him." And Aaron said to them, "Take off your gold earrings that are in the ears of your women, your sons, your daughters, and bring them to me." And all the people took off gold rings that were in their ears and brought them to Aaron. So we got there's a few questions right up front. What does that word mean, delayed? This is question number one. And what does that imply? It implies that there was some kind of time schedule in which Moses were to go up to the mountain and when Moses was to return, because there's only delay if you know that someone is supposed to arrive at a certain time and they don't. But why do they feel delay when Moses never gave them a timeline for when he was returning? Or did he? And we just don't know about it. That's question number one. Question number two is, why are they gathering upon Aaron? And where is the other guy that was also in charge, Hur? How come he's not in this story at all? That's question number two. Question number three um, is why is Moses described as the man that brought us up from the land of Egypt? Why do they have to make that clear? That's not necessary at all. They know exactly who Moses is at this point. And question number four is, what is Aaron trying to do here? Aaron engaged? Is Aaron guilty, basically, of creating the golden calf, or is Aaron trying to delay, trying to make diversionary tactics, trying to say, "Oh, if I can just stall the people, come up with some kind of crazy idea, then Moses will come down and everything will be okay"? Or if I ask them something outlandish, like taking off their earrings and giving a gold earrings, giving it to me, they're never gonna do it. And then at least I can say, "Well, I was trying to offer you a solution, but you wouldn't do it." So what is Aaron trying to do here? That's question four. And right, basically, Oh, and one other question. The request is weird. Do they want God or do they want a leader? Look what it says. Get up, make us a God that will go before us, because this Moses, the man that brought us up from the land of Egypt, we have no idea what has happened to him. Why do they first make us a God? But the reason they're making us a God is because Moses is gone. So what do they want? Do they want a Moses or do they want a God? That's question number 5. All right, let's move on. Aaron took them from their hands and formed it with a garden, and he formed it with a carving tool, and he made it into a fused calf, the golden calf, Egel Masecha. And they said, "This is your God, O Israel, who brought you up from the land of Egypt." And Aaron saw, and he built an altar before it, and Aaron called out, and he said, "Tomorrow will be a holiday for God." And they woke up early the next day, and they offered sacrifices, and the people sat down to eat and drink, and they rose up to play, litzachek. And God said to Moses, "Go, descend, because the people that you brought up from the land of Egypt are acting rotten." Okay, so let's go back. So question number 1. There is a problem if you look at some singular and pluralness of this sentence here. There's a singular part in plural. What am I referring to? Oh, I'm referring to, and that's question number 6, I think. I'm referring to the fact that it's Aaron who took it from their hands. He formed it, but then it's they. Who's the they? They're talking they. So Aaron's creating this thing, but it's people who are calling it a god. So is that letting Aaron off the hook? Is that showing Aaron's innocent or guilty? That's question number 7. And Aaron saw. By the way, these words I wrote Vayar Aharon because it either could mean an Aaron saw, but if we take away the vowels here, the same word in Hebrew is and he feared. So it could be an Aaron saw or Aaron feared. Which one do you think is the correct translation? In class, it was pretty unanimous that of which it was, either Aaron saw or Aaron feared, and why. That's question number 8. Um, Tomorrow will be a holiday for God. How come it's a holiday for God versus a holiday for the golden calf? What is Aaron actually maybe trying to do here? That's question number 9. Question number 10 is, what is this word they rose up to play, litzachek? And for this, we're going to go back to another part in the Torah that uses this word very famously. It said, Sarah saw Hagar, the Egyptian, had born to Abraham. Sarah saw the son, that was Ishmael, who Hagar, the Egyptian, had born to Abraham, playing with Abraham. And what does that mean? So I want you to look over here at the Rashi and find the 3 different ideas here in the Rashi for question number 11a, b, and c. What are the 3 ideas that litzachek could mean? It's all in here. Great. Let's move on. And God said, "Go, descend, because the people that you brought up from the land of Egypt are acting rotten." So, why does it? What do you? Why does God have to say, "Go, descend," and why not just go? That's question number 12. And let's see if we yeah. And by the way, why does God say because the people that you brought up from Egypt? But God is talking to Moses here. But that's so weird because didn't God bring them out? Like what's going on here? That's question number 13. And let's go to right. So this is God talking. They have strayed from the path that I have commanded them to do. They have made a melted calf, and they have bowed down to it, and they have made sacrifices to it. And they have said, "This is your God, O Israelites, that has brought you up from the land of Egypt." And God said to Moses, "I see that this is a stiff-necked people. Now let me be, and I will be angry at them. I will destroy them, and I will make you into a great nation." So here are our questions here. Good. So, who actually said the words, "This is your God, O Israelite"? And why does God put these words into the mouth of everyone? So, what's going on there? That's question number 14. What is number 15? What is God actually suggesting to Moshe here? And number 16 is, what do the words "let me be" imply? Why can't God be angry at the people in Moses' presence? And I'm looking specifically at this verse, and God said, "Now let me be, and I will be angry at them, and I will destroy them." Okay. And I'm pretty sure that is it. Let's see if we got. Oh, this is actually the last thing we got to of the day, was Moses tried to calm God down. He said, "Why are you angry at your people that you brought out of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Won't the Egyptians say God took them out of Egypt for a bad reason? God took them out to kill them off in the mountains and to destroy them from the face of the earth. Turn away from your anger, God, and take back your plan to punish your people." So Moses is trying to calm down God, and Moses uses tactic number one is in the first sentence, tactic number two in the second sentence. So what are those two tactics? That's number 17 and 18, and you're done for the day.